everyone, welcome back. I'm Michelle from Nannies on Call, and today we're going to talk about contracts. Why do you need them? Why a lot of nannies don't have them? And how you can get yourself one. So the first thing is why you need one. Really, it's protection. You're just laying out the terms of your employment in a document so that if something goes wrong later or there's a disagreement or confusion about what the expectations are, you can go back to that document and say, here's what we agreed to. It's not only good for nannies, but it's good for families as well, so that there's no confusion. So what do you put in the contract? In the contract should be things, even at the most basic level, like your hours. So what days and hours are you working? Are you working 9 to 5, Monday to Friday? Are you taking every other Friday off? Does the family need you Monday to Friday and every fourth weekend for a night so that they can go on date night? All of those kinds of things should be put in the contract. Then, of course, there's the guaranteed hours that kind of goes with that. At Nannies on Call, we usually suggest that families guarantee nannies a certain amount of hours per week. So let's just say you're working 40 hours a week, but the family says, well, occasionally we get Friday off, so we won't need you. Nannies should still be paid for the 40 hours a week they've agreed to. If they think they're not going to need you every other Friday, maybe it goes down to 35 hours a week, and that's what they pay you for every week, whether you're working the 5 days or the 4 days. It's just the same every week. It's really important to guarantee your hours so that you know what you're getting paid every week, and it will be really helpful. So guaranteed hours are another thing we recommend you putting in. Sorry, I'm just looking down at my cheat sheet. Vacation. So nannies in Canada are entitled to 4% vacation pay, which works out to 2 weeks. So if you're working 5 days a week, at the end of a year, you'll have accrued 10 vacation days. So nannies are entitled to take those days. Although families don't have to give them to you when you ask for them, we do recommend it to families, but there's no responsibility for them to do that. They can make you take your vacations at the same time as them. So if they're taking 2 weeks in the summer and they don't need you, they can tell you to take that time as your vacation time. That's just, that's working. Unfortunately, sometimes you don't get vacation when you want, but putting in what you're getting in terms of vacation is really important from the start. If you're working 2 days a week, you're entitled to 4 days per year. So it really kind of balances out, but it's really important to know your rights and know what you're legally legally allowed to take. Sick days. So sick days are not something that are required from a family in nannying. There's no employment standard on sick days. We generally say about 6 a year is what we ask families to give their nannies. Nannies often get sick because the children get sick. So of course you want to make sure that you're getting paid when you get sick because of their children. It'll differ in contracts, but you may want to try and work that in. Light housekeeping. Okay, what is light housekeeping? A lot of families when you start will say, we just want you to look after the children, but we need you to do some light housekeeping. So you need to define what light housekeeping is. Is it just putting dishes in the dishwasher? Is it folding children's laundry? What exactly is that? It means different things to different people, and we've seen a lot of times light housekeeping be put in a contract only for the nanny to be asked to clean the garage at a later date. Really, really important to establish what that means because it means different things to different people. You want to put things in like overtime, car allowance, if you're driving your own car. These are all things that are really important to have in your contract. But like I said, I would stick with the things that are really important. The days and hours you're working, guaranteed hours, vacation, sick days, where you'll be working, if you're using a car. Those are all the kind of really base. You can go up from there. Things like if they have a webcam, additional responsibilities, petty cash, things like that. The contract can get quite long, but you can keep it really simple. So how do you tackle getting a contract if you already work for a family? I would just approach them and say that you'd like to set up a contract. It's for protection for them as the family and you as the nanny, and that you've created a template if you feel comfortable doing that of some things. I will put a link down below to our blog, which will have a layout of some of these things as well. So it may help you create the contract. If you go through an agency, you'll always get a contract at the very start of your job. And if you don't get one, then you can approach it later. It doesn't have to be done before you start. I just realized one thing I forgot, and one very important thing. I can't believe I forgot it. Of course, you need your salary in there. How much are you making? How much are you making for regular hours, overtime hours, all of those things. I cannot believe I almost forgot that. It was down at the bottom of my page, and I don't know. Anyway, so of course, your salary. And generally, we make the contracts good for a year, so that in a year, you can renegotiate the contract and go to them and say, I'd like a raise, or I'm having trouble with these responsibilities, or maybe they got a dog or an extra child. They've had another child, or maybe you've entered a nanny share. All these things give you the opportunity to negotiate a new contract. So I hope that really helps you. It's really meant for your protection and to help you be a better nanny and a more educated nanny. And if you have any questions, of course, you can post them down below in the questions. Let us know. Do you have a contract? Do you need to get a contract? Do you need help with that? Let us know below and we'll see what we can do. Have a great week and see you next Tuesday.